everyone. Welcome to Writer's Mind. I'm your host, CB Balawas. Today I want to talk a little bit about world building and conveying our world building. What goes without saying is the work we put into them. I mean, what we have in our final products, in our books, and we show other people, I mean, that's just like the tip of the iceberg. There's so much work that goes into it behind the scenes, and most people never guess. And it can be fun and maddening, but we also want to share with the world. And that's one thing that a lot of times we all fall into. It's our baby, right? It's like an almost robot. It's our baby. This is the start of our baby. We want to share with the world. We want to put it in our stories so people can see it. And it's a huge info dump, and it doesn't go over well with the readers. I mean, let's be honest. I know myself, I love exploring new worlds, but I don't like reading about the entire history first. I'm a history buff, but I want to kind of experience history. I was always more in the hows and whys and things of history more than the dates or events. You know what I'm saying? So for me, it's like, it's better when we actually get into the story right away. And for that, I convey it in my writing. To put it simply, it's like kind of like the Star Wars Indiana Jones approach, where we're brought into the world. Okay, we're just the characters for whatever reason, a huge conflict. One ship chases another. What happened? What's going on? Why did this? And the story starts unfolding. Someone's in a jungle. They're looking for treasure. We don't know who the good guys are, the bad guys are. We don't know what's going on. It's like, okay, what are they after? And it just starts unfolding. It captures our imagination. We have the strong characters. We have, the conflict already. We have the mystery. And for me, that's how I like to unveil my worlds. I bring my characters in like that. And my worlds do the same thing. I guess I'll know in my head what I want to do with the world. I'm gonna have notes jotted down, but usually it's just up here. That's just how I operate better. I'm not a planner, but I kind of do take notes. But I want to explore the world. Okay, we're in it. Are we walking down a path? Maybe looking for lodging. Are we, sitting there with friends, broken down one side of the road, flat tire, just out for a walk in the town? Do we find something? All different things going on. One of my favorites is one of the classics, starting at a bar inn. You can sit there, start drinking there alone. You can start drinking there with friends. Whatever. It's a great opening thing. A lot of adventures come out of taverns and bars and like that. It's like, someone caused a scuffle, you step in to help. Or your character's accused of something. No memory of it, I don't know what I'm talking about, but then he's dragged off. So there's so many different ways to do it. And for me, that's the best way to introduce the characters, and that's the best way to introduce the world, as we're thrown in there, we experience something, and we explore it with our characters. As they, go through the different systems, like the economic system, the political system, we explore it with them. So it's like, instead of just saying how, in the beginning, open up a 10-page, well, this happens. No, we go in there and we discover the world as they do. And as they come across certain places, certain people, certain events, okay, maybe do a paragraph or two and explain what the person is. Like maybe go in their history if you want to, or what's known. Flesh it out. It's a fantasy type of system, type of style, I should say. And that's fun. Let's play. Let's go out there. It's exploring the world. And for me, a lot of times that's the fun part, because as a writer, I know what my world is. I know what I want to do in my world. But doing it and, seeing what comes right, because what this is going to write or what the muse is going to put out there, I have no idea yet. So it starts exploring it. So I'm exploring with them as a writer. And for me, that's fun. It's maddening when I got to do a lot of cross-offs, a lot of deletions, a lot of edits like that. But it's fun. I get to explore it. The world is being born before my eyes. It's growing. It becomes a living, breathing thing as I'm walking through it with the characters. And I kind of like books like that, and I hope that it's conveyed to the readers when they open one of my books, that this is how it is, that they're being brought with them. They get to see the world come alive around them as they travel. And for me, that's the best thing. That's the best way to do it. But that is purely personal choice. That's my style. We all have our different styles. And I love all styles. I love reading all styles. It's just, my biggest thing is like, let's try, if we do whatever we write it, let's just write it as us and try to avoid it being like stereo instructions or history buff. I'm a history buff, like I said. I love history, but I'm not a big date and place person. I like the hows and the whys and what happens, behind the scenes, what caused these dates, what led to these states. And for me, that's a world building approach, a process I take is like, okay, well, what's leading to this date coming up? Our climax or our main theme is this event. What's leading to this event? How did it get to this event? What's surrounding this event? All the mystery, the intrigue, what the, goes on. Everyday life, it's like, and that's the fun part. And that's what I like to keep when I write. And that's kind of what I hope the readers enjoy. And I kind of enjoy reading it because it's kind of cool. It gradually brings like, okay, well, how are they going to screw this up next? One person, you have a character can't do anything right. How are they going to mess it up next? You kind of want to see that. It's like, all right, I would do this in a situation. Let's see how right I am. And if they do the same thing or they do something else, I was like, oh, and that worked out for them. Okay, I'd be dead. I'd be toast, whatever. But it's fun. It's fun exploring it. And that's just how, for me, it works best. It works best. It's enjoyable. But works best for you. How do you like to share your world? How do you like to explore your world and, share it with your readers? Let me know in the comments below. And as readers, what do you prefer? Do you like diving right into the world? Do you have it a slow burn, slow build, some information up front? Yeah, let me know in the comments below. I'd love to hear what everyone has to say about that. It's fun just hearing the different thoughts. Right? So let me know. And thank you for joining me. And I'll see you next time. Have a great one.